Hello guys. Uh, basically, I'm a web and UI designer. During these days, I am user experience designing also. So coming to web design, it needs user interface design and user experience design. So it includes graphics also. So the first thing is, everyone knows that HTML, CSS, a JavaScript, jQuery, those are needed for designing and development. Okay, before the process of designing and development, there is a pre-producing, like movies, pre-producing things are there now. Like here, before going to develop or design any application or website or any product, there is a template designing or prototyping is there. So for prototyping, previously people used in Photoshop. Okay, so for example, I will show the a rough. I will show a rough website. So how we should go through Photoshop and etc. So for example, let's take an example of Amazon. Okay, are you all able to watch, right? Are you all able to see, right?
Yes, sir. Able to
Yeah.
see.
Okay, okay. So you are all aware of websites, apps, and everything. So here is a sample of Amazon. So see here. Here is the logo, and here the address, search bar, and other kinds. So they are placed everything here. Why should we place the logo here itself on the top left corner? Why can't here the cart place? And why should they give menu like this only? And why the banner here? And why they are showing the products here? So these are all comes under research. Okay, it is called user experience research. Okay, so after researching with several people and several age groups, the finally user experience designers come to an end, making a prototype with all of their interests combining into a single prototype like this. Okay, after clubbing all their interests, means different age groups interests and their feasibilities, finally these user experience and UI designers make a prototype like this. So after making a prototype, web and UI designers and application developers designs the real-time applications. So it is a Amazon real-time website. So I will take an example of a graphic website, means a template. I will show a template that how can we design and how to implement that design into a website. Okay, so let's take an example of, actually these prototyping and wireframing basically done in Adobe XD and Figma, Sketch, InVision, and these kind of softwares are tools. But what I'm showing is in Photoshop, just for your understanding how to design a template before making a website or application. Okay. Before launching of Adobe XD and Figma, people used Photoshop only for for template designs. So I will show the website which I have done. And I will share the steps how to do online. How does it look like? It's just like a website, right? Hello? You can unmute and talk, no issue.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Only you are the one speak every time, man. No one is replying. What's your name? I'm not getting here.
Kurma Rao, sir.
Okay, Kurma. Okay, guys, you can
Thanks.
also speak, okay, randomly, no issue. So it's just like a website, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So before going to build a website in using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap, and many things, first of all, we need a rough draft that how we want to build our application, our web application, or any product. So I already told that before launching of Adobe XD, Figma, Sketch, people used Photoshop and other softwares for building templates. So I will show you a rough template that how can we build in Photoshop, and later how can we implement the same into a real-time website. So it is a rough template. Here I have taken logo and menu, and here the top section, a quote here, and I have given one rounded picture section, heading. This is heading and running content here. Like that, it is flowed. So I have taken number of sections and a button here, contact us form, a footer with social media icons and copyrights thing, and it is a top icon. If you click on that, means it will redirect to header. Okay, so I hope you got this. Am I right? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, I think you need editing of photos, right? During these days, everyone is aware of editing, cropping, resizing. So people are not using Photoshop. A lot of apps are also there, PixArt, many things. They can modify the thing, they can modify the original theme, they can make effects and many things. But coming to Photoshop, it has a lot of features. You can't do in other apps and other softwares. So Adobe Photoshop is such a wonderful software, wonderful tool. So you can design and do many things. Here, first of all, let's take. I am going to describe briefly about Photoshop tools, what I'm using currently, and with this, how can you build a template like this? Okay. So first of all, whenever you want to open or create a file, you need to put you need to open a new file, either Control N or go to File menu and New. So Control N. So you will get a pop-up, and you can give the title later also, no issue. Here you can select the size of the canvas in pixels, inches, centimeters, millimeters, points, and everything. So based on your requirement, you can select. So I'd like to select pixels here. So I will give 1200 by 628. So this 1200 by 628 is Facebook post size. Okay. So based on your requirement, you have to give the canvas size. For example, I would like to make a Zoom banner. So I'd like to make a Zoom virtual banner. So I have to give 1280 by 720. So based on your requirement, you have to give the pixel size either in centimeters, inches, or pixels. So for example, you are going to make a one flexi, one big flexi to put at the gate of ITAM or any other college. So based on the print requirements, you have to give the pixels or centimeter size. Okay, like that. So let's take an example with 1280 by 720. And here, and one more thing here important is resolution. Resolution plays the major role. Minimum resolution for good output is 72 pixels per inch or pixels per centimeters, your wish. So here 722 is the best and low value for the good result. You can go up to 300, 600, no issue at all. So 722 resolution is enough for designing anything in Photoshop. And coming to the color mode here, there are a lot of color modes are there: bitmap, grayscale, RGB, CMYK, lab color. So what are these? All of these means, first of all, RGB. RGB color mode is used for especially websites. For example, you are going to make a logo or you are going to make a banner that is suitable for digital thing. You can go for RGB color mode. For example, you are going to give a print. For example, you are going to give one advertisement in paper. So then you should not go for RGB color mode. You should go for CMYK. Like that, you can use the color mode. So grayscale, there is one special use for using grayscale, lab color, bitmap, like that. So what I'm using is RGB for digital things and CMYK for print kind of things. I hope you're getting. I'm just going and going on speaking. You're getting right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So after deciding your canvas size using pixels, inches, centimeters, you have to go for the resolution. What kind of, how much resolution you want. For example, you are going to, someone else please unmute. Yeah. So you are going to give a print ad. So Srilikita has raised hand. Hello,
Sir,
Srilikita.
what is the abbreviation of CMYK color?
CMYK abbreviation is Can
These are all
Magento.
types of colors, sir, I think.
Yeah, types of colors. RGB means red, green, blue, right?
Red, green, blue, primary colors.
Yes, primary colors. CMYK,
Yes.
actually I'm not that much good at what's called remembering the things. I'm going search Google. Sorry. Can Magento something is there actually. CIY.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, can magenta,
Yes,
yellow.
magenta, yellow, and it's key.
Okay, yes. Sorry guys, I'm not that much aware. I just know the modes.
It's okay, no issue, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I hope you understand. For RGB, you can put a minimum resolution of 72. While going for print media and advertisement things, you have to put minimum of 300 resolution and go for CMYK color mode. Okay, so you can go for minimum 72 also for print things, but the output is not good. Okay, so for going for advertisement in print kind of things, you have to go for high resolution mode beyond 72. So after deciding canvas size, it looks like this. So here Photoshop is very easy because you can do many things by using layers. So what I'm using is the old CS6 Photoshop. The new one came into the market. So it is same like here.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, color mode you had selected like CMYK, sir. Resolution you had put 72, sir.
Okay.
For web development you had said that RGB is...
Okay, that's fine. You can change the color mode using Control Y. Okay, but it is not changing here. Again, I will go for RGB. Thank you. Thank you for keen observing, dear.
It's okay.
Yeah, okay. So here RGB, and here our canvas looks like starting like this background. Coming to the left hand tools, left side. So this is selection thing. With this you can select anything. This is called marquee tool. For example, I will embed one image so that you can understand the use of this. So, okay, my image has opened by clicking Control O or open. So by using Control O, we can open. You can open any file, okay, including PDFs, JPG, PNG, or any kind of files you can use in Photoshop. It will be opened automatically. So it is my image I have just opened now, and here if you want some part of this, okay, if you want some part of this image into our 1280 by 720 canvas, so then we should go for marquee tool. If you want it in a rectangular mode, you can go for rectangular marquee. Otherwise you can go for elliptical marquee. So for example, I have used rectangular marquee. Okay, so it was chosen at background. Am I right? My canvas has, my marquee has selected at background layer. Okay. For example, I will take one more layer. In that layer, I will put some color. I will explain each and every tool. Don't worry. It takes some time. Yeah. Let's take an example. Here I am selecting the marquee on which layer? Can anyone tell, please? I have selected marquee on which layer? Here two layers are there.
One.
Yeah, previously it was one, right? So if I select marquee, okay, on the different layers, you can select and you can go easily. If I want the part of this graphics, this painting graphics, I want to, then I have to go for layer 0. So layer 0, Control C, Control V. So one part has selected. Are you able to see? So, and it becomes another layer, layer 2. So like this. For example, I will go for marquee and selecting on layer 1. So you can see one white part has selected. Are you able to see here? So like this, you can marquee anything by using selecting the layers and the right marquee tool. Either it is elliptical marquee or rectangular marquee or single row marquee, column marquee. So for example, I would like to use this in our canvas. So I'm just Control C. I'm pressing Control C and here Control V. Okay. Okay, so now you can resize the image. So I hope this. Hello guys. Hello.
Sir.
Yeah. Our canvas size is 1280 by 720, and the image has beyond the canvas. Am I right? So if you'd like to fit into the image, then you have to go for Control T option. Okay, Control T. So it selects our element, our layer. After selecting this, you can simply resize by using Shift and corner. Okay. In latest Photoshops, it's just simply you can press at the corners. Need not of using Shift. So I will show what is the difference between using Shift and without using Shift. So for example, I am using without Shift. See, I can use like this. I can resize, okay, in different ratios. I can resize in different ratios. If I use using Control T and Shift also, so pressing Shift and pressing with at some corner, so the ratio is same. I think you are able to see the ratio is same.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, without Shift you can drag to anywhere like this. So that is the difference. So if you want to make the quality of the layer or the element which you have selected, you have to go for these kind of guidelines. Whether you'd like to use Shift or without using Shift. So finally we have placed our layer in our canvas. So simply our zoom band is ready. Okay, the background has, we have placed our background, and we will go for placing text. So before going to place text, I will show the layers. What are these layers and what is the use? So here it is the background layer or layer 0. The color of the layer you can simply go for this scale and you can simply select any color. You know, I think you are all aware of hex colors, right? You can go for CMYK based on our requirement. What it is RGB, right? So you can simply go for RGB. Otherwise, you can go for CMYK and hex code. So simply, I am just dragging my cursor and placing somewhere. You can select the scale also based on your requirement. And for example, you have one company and you are going to decide a few colors for your brand. So at that time you have your code, right? Let's suppose my brand color is 004963. So it is my brand color. So if you click on that, if you type in the search bar, you can get the required color. Likewise, you can select. After placing here, you can simply Alt backspace. Control Z. After selecting the layer, you have to click Alt and backspace. Okay. So the selected color will be placed on our layer. And here it's just like eye symbol, right? This thing. It's just like looking like eye symbol. So you can hide and show the layer using this eye symbol like this. So whatever the layers you want, you can show using this. If you would like to hide, then you can simply hide and show the layers you want. So like that, you can change the colors and hide the layers and place the elements on the canvas. So if you are going to put For example, you are feeling that this is very bright. Okay. Okay, I will check it after placing text. For example, you are going to put a text here. You have to go for, we have covered marquee tool, and I am going for text. For example, if you want to put text, you have to drag like this. It is one thing. If you drag like this means you can place the text within the boundary. It can't go outside. Okay. So I am repeating the same thing. If you are going to drag the text tool like this, or based on your requirement like this or like this, the content or the text you are placing will be within the boundaries. Okay, so with that you can simply resize the text, means you can drag like anything. Okay, it will be within this boundary, you can place simply anywhere. So another mode is also there, that is you can just simply click text here and you have to place, so it will go beyond our canvas. Okay, so based on our requirement you can use like anything. You can put boundaries or simply placing text like anything, that's up to you. And coming to here, this symbol, this is called selection tool. So you can select the layers. For example, I have placed text, right? Keep it there. So how many layers are there in this canvas? Totally 3 layers. Am I right? One is background layer, and one more is content, and one more is text. So with this tool you can select the layer you want, so it is automatically selecting. Please look at right side while I am placing the cursor here. It is on T. Now it is on here. So like this you can select the required layout by clicking on this. So here one option is there, auto select. So if I close this auto select and selecting the layer, it is not going. See, I am clicking on text, but it is not replicating here. You are able to watch, you are able to see, I think so. So it is not redirecting in the right side layers. If I click on auto select, you can select on anything. So like this, you can select any layers using select tool or move tool. It is also called as move tool. You can simply, for example, you can use the hotkeys also. You can press the V, then it will be V, move tool. For marquee tool, so for every tool there is letters. If you press that letter means it will the required tool will come into the canvas. So like this, it is a move tool or select tool. With this you can use for moving layers or placing somewhere. So you people feel that this text is not visible on this background. Let's type Photoshop. So if you want to resize this text, okay, then you have to go for selecting the text and Control T. Control T. So you can see the basic. There are a lot of options you can see for text. Control A means overall text is selected, and then Control T. So here the character options are there. So character options. The icon is here. You can see the icon here. So the in this character board, you can see what type of font you want. Like in Word, you can see now Times New Roman, Calibri, etc., etc. So like that, you can simply select the